Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Nathan's 3D Factory. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to take this 3D print that I made a while back, fuse it together with a 3D pen. Okay, so I have this thing going and everything. So I got it plugged in. This is the Mynt 3D pen. Now, what I like about this is the fact that it works with your 1.75 millimeter filament. Other pens, they use like 1.85 and then you have to get their stuff. So I like to use this one because it is 1.75 millimeters. So I have a filament that matches this object right here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fuse it under this hat right here. So this little gnome print. And right here you can see that like the peg broke off. So the goal here is that I want to get this fused together into this object right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this into the back of this pen. So there's a little hole right here. Okay, and then just going to take this in, let it feed. It's already been heating up for a while, but I'm going to need to get it so that it goes in. So what I do is that there are two buttons right here. I don't know how well you can see. Okay, so forward and back on this. So forward goes toward the front. So I'm going to let that go. Now, on here, you can see a blinking green light. So that means it's heating up. So let's let that heat up for a moment. Okay. Let's see. Okay. And once that heats up, then we're going to start applying this filament to the top of this print right here. And then we're going to just stick it on top there once we have that, so we have a good solid bond. Now, I've seen stuff where if you get like a surface bond, it doesn't work so well. And so like I've seen stuff like that, but once you get it like injected in, I was trying that as a method. That works pretty well. So let's see. So let this kind of just like get in there. And then once it gets properly heated up as well, then it'll start to feed through the device here. It'll start to feed through the nozzle, and you start to hear the motor go. So we're just about there now. Okay. Now this one probably takes a little bit longer to heat up just because I hooked it up to a low voltage outlet. So that was like the closest one that I could find here, honestly, that would reach for everything. So that's something just to note if you're going to be doing these things, is that it will take a little bit longer, I think, with the lower voltage. What's also nice about this is that you can also draw onto the print if you had other pieces that broke off, like the mustache right here, but I'm not going to go into that. All I want to do is I want to show you how this can fuse once it gets going. Okay, now we got it going, and now you can kind of hear that kind of working now. Now, another thing to note too is that if it's not going in immediately, just push it through the back of it. Okay. And then when it starts kind of whirring like that, like with the kind of up and down sound, then you kind of hear it going, and then you know that it's going in. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just pushing it through. There we go. So now we have that going through. All right, let that melt on like this. So all I'm doing is just getting it so that it's melting on, and then I'm just going to apply this on top and let that sit for a moment. The other nice thing is that we can also inject into this spot as soon as it starts going in. And that way, it kind of gets just a little bit better on that. Okay. Just a few more spots on this. And let's see. Hello. We don't want to get this on the outside. We want to try and keep this inside if we can. Okay. So now we got a better bond, better weld on it. And we can just kind of inject in there as we need. Okay. So now we have a finalized product on that. So now we got this thing back together again. All good to go. So this is how we just kind of do like the 3D pen to repair a 3D print. You can also do it on other things. This I used with PLA. You can adjust this so that you can do ABS and other things like that. So anyway, let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. So like this video, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thank you so much for watching Nathan's 3D Factory. Have a great day, guys.